I did the dumb thing again. I didn't make sure the sound capture was working. I did the dumb thing once again. Oh, I know it's going. There's just not much going on sound-wise. Right. I do not remember anything other than we're on our second day. Finally.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Chain cutters. It's mirror B for now. Impossible. 18. Attempt to stop the expression from happening. No, let the mirror be. No.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex.
Okay,
it would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Need the chain cutters in hand.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
In
this. It, the faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose.
And
the
now we
mirror
no longer
begins
need
to
them.
clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
That says there's an even chance. Let's give it another shot.
It's still not happening.
Damn.
It won't come off that easy. The fan stands still. The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine.
Jesus. Where's Kitsuragi? Is he in this room or is he in the other one? On that one.
The door is closed. Still nothing. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Down the stairs we go. Oh. Morning, Kitsuragi.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
What do you mean,
I
rowdy?
mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCA being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
we go. Okay.
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
Well,
One
great.
loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's
Jesus.
keep a cool head, okay?
Do we really need to
Everything
talk to him?
points to the Dock Workers
Come on.
Union. The tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
Let's get more information first.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Can I help you?
I'll go
Got the
for a
20
night.
real?
Yeah.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Just a moment.
The old woman turns back to the cafeteria.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Hey, ma'am. Everything
Please
alright?
don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why'd you use
To
the
let
phone
the
anyway?
young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Oh.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband been gone missing
That's
before?
just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
She glances out the window toward the bay.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting.
What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Who's this Gary person? Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
The waterlock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the waterlock?
Probably some
Well,
technical problem.
whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
Vanilla murder.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
You'll notice this about me, but actually I've lost all my memory of the world myself. I've no clue what I'm doing.
Surely things can't be that bad?
You sense that she won't judge you, no matter what you say.
Things aren't bad. They're catastrophic.
You know where we are, right?
We're dead, haunting each other. We're ghosts.
Now. We are alive in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, and the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol.
All I know is that Revachol used to be really cool in the 30s.
The new disco dancing. It seems like a lifetime ago.
Her eyes are filled with light reflected off those gilded years, when the city seemed full of possibility.
Much has changed, but it is still the most beautiful city in the world. A rare jewel set in the sand between the pines. Everyone says so, even foreigners.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
All I know is we are approaching the end times.
Perhaps, dear, perhaps. But for now, it's just the spring of 51.
She is perturbed by your not knowing what year it is, but not by your mention of the apocalypse. It must be the end times.
God.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Radios are being used to control people's mind and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners, and women. I'd like to think that's some type of dictatorship of proletariat, but something tells me it's not. We're governed by the intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Cop. We're living under the cop regime. Some kind of democracy, maybe? God, this one sounds so nuts. I love it. It's
No,
awful.
nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no matriarchy.
She's trying to avoid the foreigner's part. This is because she's a woman. She may be lying to you.
If there's no government, how are there cops? I don't know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't really any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
So, how did I do?
You didn't do very well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
He's like, oh my god, what is this? I'm dealing with an absolute maniac. He's nuts.
Maybe a
He's
fresh
lost
set of
his eyes.
eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
What is the revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new. Something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
What does that have to do with there not being any cops?
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a police officer.
Damn.
Of course. Then, I don't know, someone rich maybe. Wealthy people are educated, though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. But thank you, sweetie. You did make me forget about my worries for a while.
She smiles up at you, but concern is creeping back into her expression. That's all for now, ma'am. Titus? Who's Titus?
Let me handle this. Officer Discotheque? Still
Smells
wondering
coldly.
if we listen to disco? We don't, by the way. We don't listen to disco anymore.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
What happened? I don't remember. You lied to me. You're not a gardener. Huh?
That's right. I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Oh.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on the right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Why do I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
What's your
Like
role
I
in all
already
this?
told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Okay. Be straight with me. What kind of music do you
She
listen to?
looks as if pondering whether to answer or not, but then shakes her head slightly.
A Nordic dance music. You wouldn't get it.
What? I've never heard of this. But, of course I get it. It's progressive soundscape mixing with nomadic rhythms and pop melodies.
Okay? You have a dictionary. That doesn't mean you get it.
Dance music, basically disco. I know all
No,
about
not disco. Disco is undead.
it. The hell
I guess
it
it's
is.
fair to say you guys have it on life support.
A lot of people out there appreciate a good disco breakdown.
I don't care.
Damn. Okay, what is it?
It's beyond the horizon for you.
She
fuck
means
does
it's
that
part
mean?
of the future you won't experience.
What do I want to? It's in my mind for some reason.
There is nothing a determined man could not achieve.
Okay, let's put on a new record.
Let's.
What are you gonna do to me?
What are we going to do to you?
Jesus Christ. She starts laughing. It's cold laughter, devoid of joy.
The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
Titus.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Why are you so aggressive?
You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
The tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Well, it means financial buffer zone. I don't need to get emotional. privatization is unlawful. It's cool and funny. Maybe just one of the non-historic rituals. I don't know what you heard, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. Like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans?
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
I should talk to Titus then. I'm not gonna talk to him right now. Not yet. I'm gonna walk around a bit. What is that in my hands? Wrong thing. Those are the chain cutters? Oh, they're tiny. Where are the bolt cutters? Why are we after Titus? I don't remember. Wait, oh, the notebook will probably have information. Right? So, even though I encourage you to ask us, so no board and so which version? That's right.
Well, shit, I missed. Ah. Okay. The aging cryptozoologist is out in the reeds for too long. His wife, Lena, is very worried. Maybe you can find him.
When you happen to be on the coast. More beauty to the wall. To the oil. Find booze, just drink it. This is an active one. We did interrogate the drivers. We asked them all, didn't we? We do a level up. The actor, lock, detect eyes. Wait, how can I? Oh, wait. I can't level this one up. What's stopping me? Like, threaten people, that's not going well. Okay, so I have one skill point. 3 isn't the... Oh, I guess it is for this one. That's why I can't upgrade it more. I need more of something for the body. I can't remember which. So I'm not going to mess with any skill points yet. So we still haven't gotten this dang body down. Oh, she's up there now. Kuno. How much do I need to get the body down?
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Okay. Legendary 14. We got a high endurance. Let go of your nose without throwing up.
As you
Yes!
breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's the smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
They always do that.
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Look him in the
His
eye.
eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me who you are, dead man.
The corpse is dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that.
Who is he? He is male, 40.
The corpse looks right through
Oh,
you
that was
as you
interesting.
distance yourself from its stench. Eyes like a shark.
Spectacles.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably
Armor.
for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you. Out of
Oh,
place
like
somehow.
ceramic.
These are clearly not boots.
Oh no, I was right.
They're
Okay.
armor,
No.
possibly part of a larger set.
Let's say delicate and fragile then. These aren't just boots; they're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a mnemotechnique A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic.
Read about the notebook. Tell me about the armor.
It's clearly some manner of super armor or future armor. Super future armor. I'm useless.
What kind of armor is this
Ceramic
exactly?
plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under
Where?
the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest
The
of
locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days.
it? Why did they take his pants but not his shoes?
We should keep a lookout for this species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
He nods toward Kuno, who's eyeing you suspiciously. Maybe he's just wearing the boots and there was no rest of the armor.
No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirts we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Okay, again, but they left his shoes on.
Nice. That makes sense.
They were told to strip him before they hung him. To demean him.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties, and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Clearly, Kuno would like to interject something here, but there's not enough for him to hold on to.
Material looks
It
out of
is.
place here.
It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in condensation on the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Jesus.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
My yearly pay is 5,500.
Not too much, yes.
But
I have
So
no
what
idea
he
what that
does-
means.
how could he afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions.
Initial report?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
Look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Not from
A
the-
small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony, perhaps.
Reminds me of the Crisis Nanosuit, the way they're describing it.
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Run your finger over the
The
lines.
smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination: E50, 100, 1000.
Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Can you read it to me?
I don't own it. I'm not gonna play that game either. It's too difficult for me, my friend. Too much for me. God, didn't like Kai Cenat spend like 40 hours or something on one boss? They had a therapist go in there or something. I remember seeing something like that on Twitter. Good. Can you read it to me? Tips the drawing ballpoint pen.
X5415 6745 678222. Let's lie.
Why? No.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when
Why
we're done.
lie?
Either station can chase it for us.
Pull the boot off.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
That whole leg's about to come off. Grab the boot
The
under your arm.
stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Lieutenant, you seem distressed. Why?
You're about to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
I mean, what? They've left it up for seven. It doesn't matter. We need to inspect the body anyway. I'm gonna pull his head off, right?
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please.
Oh, okay. How? It's already rotting.
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Oh, we're not detectives. There may be clues inside the boot.
How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
How and why? It'll only take 39 hours. Yeah, no. No, I'm good. I'm good. How did they get the pants off without the freaking shoes? Why didn't they go for the why didn't they take shoes first?
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
It looks for the boots.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under six-rotor airships.
Don't ask me how, but I know this is for lashing belt used for cargo.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently, this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
We're assuming the dock workers in the harbor
The
did.
brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
They sure wanted to stay up there. The ropes are reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
How'd they even get him up
A
there?
noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch. They climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Makes pulling
Could be.
motion.
The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Alright.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos. An
Sweat
intricate
tattoos.
web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars,
What will mine be marked by?
alcohol, and heartbreak.
Map of the night
A
sky.
map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
What's he getting
He
out of his
takes
jacket?
a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears, some sort of camera.
A Trigat Sunshine. Mini.
Sunshine.
Trigat is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces 2 metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens is adjusting.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. What are we gonna need the photo
It
for?
contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? Should look at it later without the corpse.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
He hands you the piece of the rolled-up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of
The
cigarettes.
glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
face and hands are pink. Thighs, too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he was up right after death. His hands and feet, neck discolored.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced.
For some reason, my brain would like to think the pink be more pronounced, especially in the neck.
Maybe it looks faint to you? It could be more pronounced, actually. Dumont noté.
Could it be he was moved after death?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
I think he's dead.
I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There was time for that, and it ended 7 days ago.
That sounds about right, yes.
Something's coming out of
The
him.
pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
We got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
He's beaten up.
I do.
See the bruises.
Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
Jesus.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
How do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
We've been thorough. You have a plan?
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Saw the branch. If we can't even reach him, how can we saw the branch down? Can't ask the harbor for help. Screw it. we'll
Climb
say
up
it's-
there and saw the branch? There
Seems
has to be a
dangerous.
less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Can someone else
Someone
do it?
else? You mean like the police?
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
Can't the boys in processing take care of this?
No.
Why?
Think of the boys from processing as murderers. Only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to work the incinerator in the morgue. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Shoot him down?
Yeah, bang bang time, pig. Shoot
Or
his
we're gonna have
head
to
off.
rip his head off.
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
There. The buckle holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss. The pigs will miss, Kuno.
Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst that could happen?
I'll blow his head off.
Take it. Take the shot.
Could go for the one up here. I mean, if you go for the one here, yeah.
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Stay silent.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
He missed.
Fucking idiot! Mukabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Try again.
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
He looks around the windows. Of the
Any more
yard.
mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
It's okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word.
Now,
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
let me try.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
Pauses, then shrugs and proceeds to load the pistol.
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani pointer! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
Feel the
The
weight.
cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Oh god, I can... Close your left eye
Your
first.
field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the morning light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying! You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
I can't make that shot. My hand-eye coordination's too low. So shut up.
What? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
Jesus Christ. Okay, screw it. We're pointing the gun at
Do
her.
it! Set me free!
You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature free to roam about the cosmos.
Don't.
Do it!
Oh god, I can actually pull it. Point the gun at the belt.
Intense shit, copper.
Fucker waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic!
Can't make that shot.
The lieutenant
No point to
takes the
shoot the
gun
kid.
carefully from you and holsters it. His eyes are narrow and he doesn't comment on your antics.
Fucking pussy didn't shoot shit, did he? Didn't shoot me, didn't shoot himself in the mouth!
Okay,
I suggest
so
we go to the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to help us with the body. I would have preferred us not to owe the Union anything, but we clearly cannot do this ourselves.
I mean, we can
Wow,
eventually.
you work hard.
I just gotta up my hand-eye coordination. I can take the shot. I'll do it.
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide. Oh, yeah.
dude.
Like a horse, a workhorse for hard work.
What
Look
we
at
do is,
yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
I fucking ride till I die, bitch.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop and a sprinter and a money printer.
Yeah. You can say I took some money off that Manana guy, too. Oh, and they were pawning stuff off the suspicious guy, Roy.
You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of that shit in. You're a straight rider.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're in the sales business. Shake 'em for shit and then pawn it off. Law officer style.
Guess I've made some gills.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself, are you rich?
Yes.
Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
I don't know. Why am I so...
Because of the taxes. G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze. Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gotham estate that is Revachol?
I thought there were no taxes.
You and I both, but they got those indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax. This tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus, there's the stuff people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for more money from you here. The Gotham estate's a myth. In total, the coalition government is taking 98% of all your money.
Are you sure? That seems like a pretty big number.
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed.
Jesus.
Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples?
No fucking way. I guess I'm a free market fundamentalist now. Bleed nipples are kind of a pain, but how would the deregulation help with that? This isn't helping me solve my money problem. It's only making me into a free market type. Bleed nipples
It's
kind of a pain.
all about the tax issue, hustler. No other problem in the world is as pressing as top marginal tax rates. And don't you fucking forget it.
Can't believe you didn't take the shot. Fucking coward. Waved a gun like a clown. Next time you point that shit at me, you better take the shot.
Damn. I feel bad for these
So
kids.
he tried to kill Kuno's girl. What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
I didn't try to shoot her, just aimed at her.
What? Bitch, you fucking making excuses for yourself now?
We've all moved past that by now, Kuno.
Not all of us. Acts like that stick with you for a while.
No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again, and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife.
He points at the whirling rags and whispers.
Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony. Put the fucking knife in you. Yeah. I've been in your room.
Jesus!
You and Kuno are good for now. Pals, shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time.
Okay, let's.
And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it?
I found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I phase shifted through the roofing material.
Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit.
He says to himself and turns
How
to you.
did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
What's the big
Oh,
guy?
that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
What are you trying to mess with me, Sen?
Yeah, to the both of you, watch your ass in Kuno's town, or Kuno's gonna fuck your head off.
Found a plate of powder.
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in their pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
What's with a tube of Magneo Salam, Kuno?
It's a vitamin pig. Don't you know anything?
He looks at you like you just pointed at the sun and asked what it is.
You could use some.
It's magnesium,
Yeah,
right?
it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a bottle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
No, about magnesium. I rock it
You're
all
not
the time.
getting this pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
He looks at you, eyes
Fuck
bulging.
you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
I've heard
Good
enough about
call,
this.
Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Okay, I'm
Kuno
off.
doesn't fucking care.
Lovely, lovely children. Ask what tattoos meanings. Oh yeah, ask him. Can I get those freaking boots? I can ask Kuno about where. I didn't see that as an option. Then we'll go to the shortwave radio and then.
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck about it?
Resources
Kuno
armor.
doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
Mutant.
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
He drills his temples with fingers in some strange aggressive gesture. What do you mean threw it
Kuno
away?
tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
Forms a kick off in the imaginary.
Kuno
helmet.
kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
Threw it in
Yeah.
the sea.
That shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit
Jesus
at the gate.
Christ. What do you mean, troubadour?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
You mean the manana?
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
And you're telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
There are contusions all over his body. Did you
Fuck
do that?
you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
Grabs his head like it's suddenly hurting.
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the bruises, about the marks your stones left on the corpse.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
More on this later. Right now, let's talk about something else.
Your test.
Get lost.
The fuck do you want with it?
Heard enough of
Good
this.
call, Pigma. Kuno doesn't.
The 15th Indo tribe.
What is this?
Because there was. The 15th Indo tribe was comprised of 8 kids from Forberg and North Jamrock, running from wild dogs in the valley, hiding scents under rocks, and stealing clothes off clotheslines, and sometimes even the copper wiring of phone lines. You may have been one of them. This must be a childhood memory. The 15th Indo tribe was your Indo tribe, set to rule in Celinda. The rest of the kids are dead now. Car accidents and drug overdoses. Only you remain.
Interesting. Jolly Musk. Talk to Kim and then the shortwave.
Crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots with a barely noticeable twinge of cinnamon. You feel compelled to point out that there's nothing fruity about cinnamon. It's a spice derived from tree bark.
Cinnamon's not.
Can a used wrapper shrug? Seems like that's what the wrapper is doing somehow. This is not about flowers or bark. What is this about? Why are you looking at this wrapper?
Why do I care about this?
Good question. There is no answer or secret phrase written on the inside of the wrapper. Yet you're drawn to it. Drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with the Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please.
I'll hang on to it.
You
just in
carefully
case.
fold the wrapper into a square before putting it back into your pocket, lovingly even, despite the strange feeling of regret. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky, but something's not right.
Who are
Gone.
Submitting the
For
tattoo.
you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you.
Let's go. Actually, I'm talking to Kitsuragi.
Yes?
Tell me about the
What
case.
do you want to know?
Literally,
Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember.
he opens his notes. Brief, yes, that sounds
3
good.
days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
The briefing say the
A
victim
security
was-
guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why don't we know anything
They
about the
didn't
caller?
identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide
There's a
themselves?
strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Let me just make this clear. Our job here is to find the killer.
That's right.
So it's a mysterious
No,
case.
It's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
was thinking maybe something otherworldly might be involved. You know, something supernatural. White Mountains 40 and what unique. Personally, I think the labor disputes are very mysterious. Okay, it's probably cases and provinces, but could it be sexy?
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was a...
Are you sure there's not some sex angle we should be considering?
Good point. Martinez is famed for its occult sex murder rites. We'll get on it immediately.
The wary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
Wow, you're being sarcastic, aren't you? Wow, really? That's mega sexy. Doesn't have to be a cult, it can just be a sex murder. Doesn't have to be a murder, it can just be... What the fuck? Okay, we're
Actually, it does have to be murder. This is a murder investigation. But we digress.
I want to piss him off.
It
I
could
want to
still
make him
be
so
an
angry.
otherworldly sex mystery in your head, with a dark twist even. He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit. Then hit him with it.
What the fuck?
You mean like a brief?
No.
There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, that's okay. I did. 3 days ago,
No, we
during
did
that time, the victim had been stripped.
Big
Okay
fair
then.
enough.
Was there? I'm
we-
afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
What do you mean?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
You know what? I'm on in. Retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecile cop-off.
Top off.
It's just stupidity.
Kind.
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so it's a struggle over who runs
Well,
Martinez.
sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary, somewhere in your mind hangs a dark green blackboard. There are 2 columns. One says, cases solved. The other, confirmed kills.
Something that you had 104 cases.
Well,
solved.
technically, the official record keeper has been known to double count murder-suicides.
A common accounting gimmick used to inflate precinct stats.
You're still a good cop, right?
I'm good enough for this case. I'm not here to compete. I came because I had to. My fellow officers, the sergeants in particular, would have made this scene into a circus.
I wonder what this says about me, that I was sent by my station.
It's all part of the master plan, you see.
I'm a highly experimental cop, but if I am right, this, I'll tell you, is even by my standards. I was here to teach you a lesson in style. There can only be one conclusion. I am the finest. A case-solving machine sent to outperform you in every imaginable way. Must be an augury, an apocalyptic omen sent by my people. Can you guess my message? I'm going with that one.
No.
There will be a bloodletting of unimaginable proportions. Unimaginable.
Oh no, it's very imaginable. We failed to place responsibility for the hanging. The harbor company see the situation is out of control, so they bring in private military, maybe a gunship. The Union responds in strength. Automatic fire. Local law enforcement solving one little homicide decides nothing. Not solving it can have real and calculable effects. Things can always get worse. Matter of fact, augury, we should move.
The rows are endless.
Precinct 4.
Jean Vicmer, Judith Minot, a special consultant. What was his name? Then the rose degrade into green nothingness. Your brothers have left you.
Damn. What's special about Martinez?
Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
Okay. So you volunteered to close that.
Yes.
Off.
I'm an unrepentant spoil sport.
It appears pleased by this. Okay, enough competition then. Tell me something
Yes,
else.
it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Why did the 41st send me?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
No, that can't be right.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
Kim, what if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck up? Like as a
I've
joke.
considered it.
Here's something. But it's not true, right?
I don't think I can say one way or another. I do think it's somewhat unlikely, though.
Why is
I
that?
checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
So you
I
are
am the finest of nothing.
Do you see me as a safe bet?
No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
That's nice. See, Kim cool.
Tremble. The time is now. Taola.
What time?
Time for the show. For Taola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness.
Jesus.
All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
This is because the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it?
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you mocked yourself.
You know what? I do think the world might end soon.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
What is this? Insanity. I lose rhetoric because I'm a rambling madman. You woke up in a hotel room and started rambling about the end of the world. It's not normal. It's not your normal everyday doom crying either. Something truly colossal is approaching. The gloaming, the culling, the bloodletting of unimaginable proportions. Until now, you've been pleasantly vague about the precise nature of the cataclysm. No more! Put the bloodletting on the burner and really figure out what's threatening the fragile physical reality you found yourself in. First of all, if you have a side bitch ideology cooking somewhere, don't sweat it. Fighting indirect taxation for the Gossamer state is compatible with all creeds. It's cool like that. You're a cool anarchist now. Well, unless you don't want to be an anarchist, whatever. Stuff this meal ticket in your eye socket and let's see if we can steal some love back from the robber barons. What the fuck is this? This is absolute nutcasery. No! They all make me lose things. I gain nothing. I gain nothing from any of them. So what's the point of them? At least these ones I all gained things. I forgot how to get up there. Okay. The car. We gotta run the serial number. None of us.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
E50-100-1000. The make and model of the armor is Fairweather T500-VE.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set.
I figured there's gonna be more to that. Okay, so wait for that. We'll talk to Jelly Mask. This guy, I'm guessing, right?
Hold on, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor.
The little boy had a good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know?
What?
So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
This kiddo uses to scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
Probe in the armor. What'd you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Come on, you had
Not
to have
much.
something.
Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sword?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
4 pieces. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Ambitious. I'm gonna find all the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, but okay. Let's find all of it.
It's implied he finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this.
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Thanks for your cooperation.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
I have these, don't I?
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happens. Light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore Red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before they change their minds. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it. There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. You're home now.
What will be the repercussions?
Nothing. Some mental stuff. Nothing to be worried about. Physically, you'll be strong as an ox. Fine.
Right now.
We're not worried.
You've passed up your chance to start drinking alcohol for now, but don't worry. The option to start drinking becomes available again in 2 hours.
Adds to physique, but I lose morale. Oh, wait. Oh, god damn it! I thought that was health he was messing with. Because I was like, oh, I'm full on health, I don't need more. Damn it! Get down here. Just an idiot. Okay, I know who knows something. Did we talk to the one guy? Yeah, find information on it. What do we do? We're gonna go back and talk to him. Wait, is there anything in the trash? Yeah, some more magnesium. Oh yeah. Kuno. You said you didn't know where the armor went. You lied to me, kid.
Does Kuno care? So?
So thank you. Wasn't the key chasing the armor anyway.
Fuck. Okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
I remember this,
You
Kuno.
got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, Grief and the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Kuno doesn't...
That's it? Okay, that was pointless. No, we'll go talk to what's his face. Then I'm done. We'll actually progress story a little bit for the side stuff. Did I talk to this guy? I don't think I did. No, okay. I guess I did, but he didn't say anything.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod.
You know
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
I don't even... I'll stick... What?
You see a heavy...
I forget, does he know about the door?
Can I help you?
Nah, no. Nothing I can ask him about it. Okay. Ask her anything new?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Okay. Coffee cup on the floor. No, tobacco bowl. Not coffee cup. So, guns and Union placards.
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective.
Lieutenant Knowledge, sharp neck. He's leaving it to you. Don't say anything.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
The chatter is too inane to reach your ears. Raise your chin and gaze into the distance like a prince.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We're looking for Titus Hardy.
We need to talk about the man hang-up.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for a million.
Slaps
You
forehead.
might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Scan the room.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man in his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Maritzian in his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations, hard to say what else. The ink is fading. And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46. The big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars, a little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain, in the far corner. Standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44. 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician.
Why does it have a name?
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
Odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
Where's Hardy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy
Ah,
and it's a
ha, ha.
Hardy girl. Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
It has to be good if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
Points to Lieutenant.
you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
I'm still gonna exhaust my question options at least. Hang me in the backyard.
The
Do
pretty
it.
boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Why is there a container belt around his neck?
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
Yes.
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
There's a catch.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Why?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he's a mercenary, that's it?
And he stepped out alive.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind
See
that
what he's
shows
doing.
up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
How do you even know he was in the Special Forces?
Because one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did. Right there. Like some kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one,
Oh, Jesus.
harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
This is the same girl who sexually assaulted, raped.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you
There's two of you
fucking
now.
listening?
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
Okay, but then who? Who did he
No.
do it to?
You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Who called the
Are you
shots
deaf?
at night?
There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passed her lips as she tilts her head.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
No, but seriously, who calls the shots?
Who do you fucking think does?
Let's push on the 8th Hardy Boy.
Titus, no one was thinking.
Come on,
that
go on.
there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would have ended it. Titus won't let him.
No, no, no. Fuck no. The big dick is right here, asshole. You're looking at it.
Eternal power struggle.
Right.
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all.
You murdered him just like that.
How many
No
people have
remorse.
you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
He says if it were worse to die.
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
Just doing my
Oh,
job.
so you are just a simple, well-meaning man, eh? Ever been in solitary? Prison is a charter. That's what it is.
So is hanging a man, slowly, without breaking his neck.
When did the
You
incident
don't
occur?
have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long have you
Known
known
him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
The Hardy Boys.
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines Cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
How'd you kill
We
him?
hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
We need more. Did you muffle him? We didn't hear him report the
Titus,
screams.
you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Wasn't he a trained killer from the Orangenese Special Forces? If so, then how'd you manage to overpower
With
him?
numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Where does overpowering
Weren't
happen?
you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
This one has a distinct style. He puts so much whiny emotion into everything he says, it's hard to see if he's lying. But he could be.
Can't be retried. I'm not gonna get a chance to come back to this either, though. What color is this? Yellow. I just gotta try it.
Titus
Yes!
is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But
Okay, who's cracking? This one. He's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest human. Big guy.
No.
Alright. Startled, forehead shines, a few cold locks are peeking out from under his woolen hat.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
He's pretty nervous. Wonder if we can find Angus alone.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
Something you're not telling
And
me.
fuck you, too, copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Okay.
Like what, copper?
So what are we gonna do
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
We'll find you, Angus.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
We're gonna leave for now. Interesting. I need to find time for when Angus is alone. But for now, we're gonna save. Yeah, we'll save over. And then,